everybody. Welcome to the WebXR Summit. Hi, I'm Ben Irwin, and this is Dr. Karen Alexander, and I'm coming to you from Sweden, where I will be switching the show all day. And Karen, thank you for hosting this summit. It has been a pleasure curating this event with you and the team. And take it away. This is your show.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ben. And I would like to start the WebXR Education Summit here today on July 21st, 2022, by thanking the team as well, especially Ben Irwin, who is the mastermind of the WebXR Summit series, the Poly Awards, and the MetaVRse initiative. He's doing really important work in the space, and he's the wizard behind the curtain. He's the one that makes all of this happen. I would also like to thank my colleagues, other members of the team, and my co-founders of XR Women, Julie Smithson and Sophia Mashasha, who are helping to make all this happen and are here working very hard today to make sure that we have an excellent event, as we will. We also have new members of the team, Daniel Dubosky Bryant and Austin Kane. They're new members to the team, but they are old friends, and it's wonderful to be working with them here on this event. So thank you so much. I am so excited about this event. I'm very passionate about education in general. And I had years of experience in higher ed and academic publishing. And in 2016, I took a leap of faith and I dove headfirst into the XR space. Why? Because I was excited, on the one hand, about the new creative possibilities that new technologies had to offer. That was one of the inspiration points for me, giving people new creative possibilities. And although this event does not explicitly touch on creativity, we do have a panel on arts and humanities, and creativity will be discussed there, and it certainly will come in to the conversations for other sessions. I believe that technology should make people's lives better. That is the purpose of it. That is why we have technology. And although I started from this sort of creative angle, I began to see very early on the efficiencies that were possible in business and in fields like healthcare, the ways that XR technologies could improve what we do as human beings. So my excitement deepened as I continued on into the field. And we are going to touch on some of those sectors later today, educational processes, training, that sort of thing. I thanked the team earlier, and I want to emphasize community. We are a community, and it's very important that we come together and to do this intentional work to make sure that we get this right, to make sure that the ways that we adopt and implement XR are ethical, are well thought out, are well considered, and that they are equitable as well. There are some communities that are represented here today, including the Immersive Learning Research Network, the IEEE, Educators in VR, the Virtual World Society, and these are very important groups. We need to have these organizations to bring people together, to share what they know, and to forge the path forward, to educate one another, to share what they know, and to support one another. It's also very important that we do research and learn what is really effective when it comes to XR for education. And we do quality peer-reviewed research. That will be addressed in this program today. First with our starting speaker, Mina Johnson-Glenberg, but also later in the day. We are addressing bold ventures like the MetaVRse project. Bold ventures are important. This is the time to seize opportunities, to experiment and try new things. The new systems that we have, the new tools, will open up the need for new ways of assessing learning. And we will talk about that as well. We need to focus on and to think about teachers. This event is heavy on the higher education side, and that's in part because of my background. But the K through 12 sector is very important. Teachers are absolutely key to society. They need to be supported. And so we will address that here today. Obviously, we've had recent challenges in education with COVID. There is much to be done. We need to move from Zoom into using XR and to take advantage of the affordances there. With higher ed, there are some challenges with demographics in the Northern Hemisphere. We are facing an enrollment cliff in North America. There are old models and cumbersome structures. There's a need for higher education to change and respond to changes in society, including those changes that are brought about by technology. But there are also opportunities to educate older and adult populations, especially as people age and are more active in their work and professional lives later in their life. We have a session coming from Africa, organized by Arameh Ibrahim. And things are a little different there when it comes to demographics. There's a very young population, a growing population. There's growing economy and opportunity. And part of this opportunity is the human opportunity to educate young people with the best tools we have and the best understanding of how to use them. So I'm really excited to hear from Arameh and his panelists here today. We can't say that this is a truly global conference. It is heavily focused on North America and Europe, and we do have representation from Africa, but I hope in future such events, we can make it truly global. Let's talk about difference for a moment. There are many different contexts in which XR is used: K through 12, informal education, enterprise. There are people with different abilities, and we will have a panel addressing that later. There are also different ways that people learn, and we need not to lose sight of that, not default to a standard that really represents only a narrow sector of the population. That also leads into the question of equity. How do we ensure that everyone can benefit from the promise of XR, and in particular from the promise of XR for education? This is an enormously important topic that will be addressed by some of our presenters here today. With safety, privacy, and policies, we're facing the issue of how we keep up. Technology is moving so fast. It's really difficult, even for those of us who are immersed in the field, to stay on top of developments. And so policymakers are finding it very difficult to do this, to understand what these technologies can do and how they may need to be regulated and governed. There will be a panel on that topic as well. But we will also delve into the topic of what this all means. How does XR affect us as human beings? Who are we in the metaverse? What powers does XR give us, and how will we use them? I want to return to the topic of community again. I am so happy to be here with many of the wonderful people I've had the privilege and pleasure to get to know along my XR journey. Many of them are presenting here today. It's a truly exciting time, and I am very happy to be riding this rocket ship with you all, even if we are building it as we fly. Together, we can do amazing things. We can truly revolutionize the future of education, make it equitable, make it accessible, and improve the ways that we can learn using new technologies. Thank you for joining us here today. I know it's going to be a fantastic session. It's jam-packed with wonderful presenters and speakers, and I can't wait to hear from them all. Thank you.